You're born on an island that lives off tourism and hope, a place people visit, not a place they imagine greatness coming from. The hospital room is small. Your mother is 31, exhausted, quiet. Your father smells like alcohol and cigarettes. Even on the day you arrive, they name you after a man they saw on television, Ronald Reagan. Your father likes strong names. He doesn't know why. He just does. No one in the room thinks this name will ever leave the island. You grow up in a house stacked on a hill, the kind that shakes when it rains. 4 kids, 1 bedroom. You learn early that silence isn't something you're entitled to. You sleep when others sleep. You speak when you can speak louder. Your father works as a kit man for a local club. Sometimes he brings food home. Sometimes he brings anger. Sometimes he brings nothing at all. Football isn't a dream yet. It's a way out of the house. You play barefoot on concrete because grass costs money and shoes wear out fast. The ball is never perfect. Neither is the surface. You fall a lot. You get up faster than the other kids because staying down feels dangerous. Losing makes your chest hurt in a way you don't know how to explain yet. You cry when you lose. You cry harder when someone tells you to pass. Passing feels like surrender. You don't have the words for that yet, but you feel it. When the ball is at your feet, things make sense. When it leaves you, they don't. School doesn't help. You speak differently. You're from the island. Teachers mock your accent in front of the class. One day, when a teacher laughs at how you talk, something snaps. You throw a chair. You're expelled. People later call it a turning point. It doesn't feel like one at the time. It just feels like confirmation. Your mother doesn't yell. She just looks tired. At 10, you join a small club. At 12, a bigger one notices. Sporting Lisbon, mainland Portugal, the capital, the place where real footballers come from. They don't offer comfort. They offer opportunity. You take it because saying no feels like drowning on purpose. You leave home at 12. Your mother puts you on a plane alone. She tells you to be brave. You nod. You cry the moment the plane takes off. Not quietly. Not heroically. You cry because you're a child, and no one teaches you how to leave your life behind properly. Lisbon is louder, faster, colder. The other boys laugh at your accent, at your clothes, at how skinny you are. They call you names. You pretend you don't care. You remember every single one. At night, you call home and hang up before anyone answers. Hearing your mother's voice makes your chest collapse. You start crying into pillows instead. You decide crying is something you'll only do when no one can see. You train harder than everyone else because effort is the only thing nobody can take from you. You stay late. You repeat drills until your legs shake. You don't do it because you love discipline yet. You do it because exhaustion keeps homesickness quiet. At 15, doctors find a problem with your heart. Irregular rhythm. Surgery. You lie awake while they burn part of your heart to fix it. You're terrified. You say nothing. Fear is starting to feel like a liability. You recover fast, faster than expected. You always do. You grow taller, stronger, still thin but wired. You obsess over details. First to training, last to leave. You practice free kicks alone. Step, strike, miss, repeat. Again, again, again. There's no applause. There doesn't need to be. At 17, you play against Manchester United in a friendly. You don't know it yet, but this is the hinge. You run at defenders without permission. You embarrass them. You don't score, but it doesn't matter. The man watching from the sideline doesn't care about one game. He cares about habits. He's built teams the way others build institutions. He values obedience, effort, and time. He sees all 3 in you. He's not famous for smiling. He's famous for control. A year later, you're 18. You leave Lisbon again. Another plane. Another goodbye. This time, the world is watching a little. Not because of you, because of the badge you're about to wear. Manchester United buys you. They don't buy flair. They buy potential they believe they can discipline. Your new manager doesn't speak gently. He doesn't need to. His authority fills the room before he enters it. Players listen because history tells them to. Titles, longevity, control. You don't know all the details yet. You just know that when he looks at you, lying feels impossible. Your first seasons are chaos. You dribble too much. You fall too easily. The crowd mocks you. Pundits say you're a show pony. You hear it all. You pretend you don't. You remember every word anyway. something changes quietly. You start lifting weights obsessively, not to look strong, to survive England. You watch what you eat. You stretch longer. You sleep earlier. Teammates joke about it. They stop joking when you don't fade. You learn something important here. Talent gets attention. Discipline keeps it. In 2006, the World Cup arrives. Pressure feels different now. Bigger. Global. One moment defines you again. A teammate is sent off. Cameras find your face. You cry. England hates you overnight. You become a villain for millions who never met you. You tell yourself it doesn't matter. You tell yourself a lot of things. Then the goals start coming. Not in bursts, in patterns. You win everything domestically. You score from everywhere. Headers, free kicks, runs you've rehearsed 1,000 times alone. In 2008, you win the Ballon d'Or. People say you've made it. You don't feel finished. Finished feels dangerous. Real Madrid calls. They don't whisper. They announce. A record fee. A stadium presentation. Cameras everywhere. You're no longer a footballer moving clubs. You're a project being unveiled. The shirt weighs more than it looks. The expectations are not subtle. In Madrid, numbers become language. Goals, records, trophies, comparisons. You score more than players are supposed to. You break records. Then you break the records that replace the old ones. People argue about you constantly. You stop being a person. You become a statistic with a face. Somewhere else, another man is doing the same thing. Different style. Same effect. The comparisons never stop. You pretend not to notice. You count anyway. Your body becomes a machine you maintain religiously. Ice baths. Recovery sessions. Sleep schedules timed down to the minute. You don't train to improve anymore. You train to delay decay. Injuries scare you now. Not because of pain. Because pain means time lost. And time is the one opponent that doesn't care how hard you work. You win everything in Spain. Then you leave. People say you're running. You go to Italy. Win again. People say it's easier there. You learn something important. No achievement silences critics. It just changes the language they use. You return to England older. Slower, they say. You score anyway. But the club is different now. Managers change. Systems collapse. You sit on the bench and feel something unfamiliar. Irrelevance approaching. You leave again. This time farther. People say it's about money. They always say that when they don't understand obsession. You're still training like you're 19. You still hate losing. You still wake up early. You have a son now. He watches you. You wonder what he sees. A legend. A machine. A father who is never fully off. You think about what you've given him and what this life might take. Your name is secure. Your records will outlive you. But legacy isn't comfort. It's weight. You didn't choose hunger. You didn't choose obsession. You didn't choose the need to prove yourself every day. You just never stopped running from a version of yourself you refused to become. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up early. You always do. Not because you have to anymore, because stopping feels worse. And somewhere, on concrete, a barefoot kid refuses to pass the ball. You understand him perfectly.